Hello friends, this is Anupam and I welcome you all on my YouTube channel. So in the last video, we have seen how to run or host our full stack application on the EC2 instance, and that was just the simplest way. So we did it just like running instead of running on our local machine, we were running our full stack application on the EC2 instance. But we have to perform a lot of manual steps. For example, installing Git and installing NVM and then Node, and then we were also doing some configuration changes in the application code, and then we were executing it. But do we need to do those manual steps all the time? So answer is no, because EC2 provides a very good functionality called user data, so by which you can pass a script to the instance. So when the instance has been created, so those scripts will be executed. So meaning that we can really automate all these sort of configuration work. So idea is that after our EC2 instance is up and running, so we shouldn't really do anything. Just we need to get the IP address, and then we should be able to access our application. So that is the whole intention. So I have already logged in into my AWS console, and we will create EC2 instance. I'm launching this configuration, and we would use the same Amazon Linux 2 AMI and the T2 micro instance. So we remain in the free tier. Yes, so in the configuration instance details, if you scroll down, you would see this advanced details, and under that you can see the user data. And if you are wondering what it is, so you can read this help text that you can specify user data to configure an instance or run a configuration script during launch. So that basically a script we can pass on, and that can be executed after the instance has been created. So for this, I have already have the script created, and these are just the steps we did run manually last time. So this is first important line. So it is needed so for this script execution. And after that, I'm just going to home directory and EC2 user, because when we will get our Git repository, so it will be under this. Then I'm doing sudo yum update, and then we are installing Git. After that, we are installing NVM. And you might remember that before we need to use NVM, we need to run this export command, so that we are running. After that, we can, when the NVM is installed and can be used, so using NVM we can install Node. After that, I am running my repository on this path. After that, I'm going to the repository, and in that there is a folder called backend, and then we are installing our dependencies, including the development dependencies. Then we are moving to front end, and then also doing the same step, and then we are also fixing our vulnerabilities there. And after that, we need to go to this backend and config. This step is much needed, because in this place in the configuration, I can show you also in the code that we go to backend, and under that this config and configs.js. So we have database, which is MongoDB database and pointing to some address. So we for this example, we are running our MongoDB database on the MongoDB Atlas. So we need to fetch the connection string from the cluster and then connect your application. So this is the connection string. Of course, you need to change your username and password there. So once this is done, so I am using here this sed command. So that will basically replace the string with the newer string. Of course, you need to change the username and password there. So I am copying this and pasting here in the user data section. Now, the important thing is I need to change the username and password there. So I will do it while I'm pausing this video. All right, now I have changed my username and password for MongoDB, and then we are good to go. So I'm adding storage. So default configuration there, we can add a tag, giving name, let's say full stack app. Then we need to configure our security group. So it is your choice. Either you create the new security group, or you can select the existing one. But the important part is that, for example, in my existing security group, we need to make sure that port number 80, 22, and 3000 are enabled. So port number 8 is for HTTP. So we should be able to check our application with the browser. So front end would be delivered on port number 80 HTTP, and then 22 just in case if we need to SSH into our EC2 console, and 3000 is basically the port where our application is front end application would be running. So review and launch. Yeah, these details looks fine, and I can go and launch, and I need to select key pair. So I have existing one. In case you do not have, so please create new one and launch instance. So once the instance will be launched, we need to wait a while because the script execution might take like few minutes. So I would be waiting for it, and once it is launched, then we could see that now we can see it is pending. But once it is running and we give it a time like 2 or 3 minutes, then we should be able to access our application. So I will pause the video and wait for it. All right, now I have been waiting for 3 or 4 minutes, so I think it should be sufficient, and we could see our instance is already running. So let's click on this and then grab the public IP address and open a new tab, and let's say HTTP colon typo // and the IP address and port number is 3000. And if I hit enter, we should be able to see our front end application. Yes, finally we are able to see our front-end application, which is running on this EC2 instance. Sometimes there might be some troubles that the user data you are passing, so you would like to see the output of it. So there is a way. For that, I will connect it to the SSH. So I have already copied the public IP address. So I am creating new session SSH, and this is the host. Specify username as EC2 user, and in the advanced SSH setting, select this private key, and then you can select the key pair which you have downloaded. Say OK. So once you are logged in into or SSH into your EC2 instance, so you can see the file by using this nano editor, and the file is under /log, and under that file name is cloud init output.log. So I would say, yeah, this file. And then you need to scroll down, I think almost towards the end, but yeah, you could already see that, it is downloading NVM, and then after that it is exporting those commands. And then you can see that, it is downloading our code, and then also running this npm install, and then npm audit. After that, it is running our command. So by using concurrently, we are running server and the client application together. But yeah, this is something you could see uh, when you are launching your application and you are passing script as the user data. Well, I think that's it for this video, and in the next video we will try to explore how to run our full stack application in Amazon AWS, but this time using Beanstalk. And we will also talk about the advantages why we should use Beanstalk. It is really a nice way to have these sort of applications running in the Beanstalk. So until then, stay tuned and keep learning. Thank you.